Many times Parshas Pekudei is accompanied by Parshas Vayakel, or one of the Dalit Parshas this time of year, and we don't have a chance to focus on Parshas Pekudei itself. So I wanted to share an idea at the very beginning of Parshas Pekudei, something beautiful and really, really fascinating. So Rashi tells us at the beginning of the Parsha, Torah tells us, Eila Pekudei ha-Mishkan, Mishkan ha-Eidos. The double language of Mishkan. And Rashi writes, ha-Mishkan, Mishkan shnei pa'amim. Why did it say it twice? Remez le-Mikdash, it's a hint of Mikdash, shenismashkein v'shnei churban al-avanoseihem shel Yisrael. The Beis HaMikdash is going to be destroyed 2 times, and it's taken as a Mashkon. A Mashkon is collateral, but it sounds very similar to Mishkan. The Beis HaMikdash is taken, the Mishkan is taken, they're taken, these temples that we have are taken as a Mashkon, as collateral for Bnei Yisrael. And it seems to be that HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw that Klal Yisrael were deserving of a punishment, did not want to destroy the Jewish people, and instead took his temple, took his place that he had given us, took the Mishkan, the Mikdash, the Mishkan, and took it as collateral until Klal Yisrael are ready for it to be returned. The Sefer Tolos Yehoshua, he asks the following question. He says that we would think that the Torah, that Hashem would have to follow the guidelines that he himself gave in his Torah. And when it comes to taking collateral for somebody, there are details and there are times at which the Mashkon needs to be returned. The Torah tells us, Lo yachvu rechayim v'rechav, and tells us that if you take from a poor person, if you take their garment, what do you have to do? Kivo hashemesh when it comes to the end of the day, when it comes to the nighttime, the person, this is all that he has, you need to return it. You need to return the covering, you need to return the clothes. You can't take the mashkon, even if you need to take collateral. But you can't take it in such a way that the person is going to be left unclothed and cold and not being protected. So how come the same thing isn't true here? The Mishkan, the Mikdash was all that we have. It was our garments, it was our clothes, it was our protection. It was our everything. So how can it be that HaKadosh Baruch Hu would take it and then not give it back to us? There are times in which we need it. There are times in which we have to tap in to the Mishkan, and it's not there, into the Mikdash, and we don't have it available. It's not fair. If those are the halachos which guide taking a Mashkon, why is it that the Ribono Shel Olam himself does not follow those guidelines? And he says that as a follow-up, when the Torah tells us in Parshas Mishpatim, what's going to have then happen if you don't give it back? If the poor person turns to me, to Hashem, and calls out Vishamati, and I will listen, Ki Chanun Ani, because I am compassionate. The Torah warns us that if we don't have the Mashkon, and then the Ani, the poor person, the person who's now missing the Mashkon, calls out to Hashem, you better be careful, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to answer that type of tefillah. So he suggests, as an answer, Rabbi Yeshua Meir Ashtrov suggests that that's exactly the point. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you know what the solution is? I don't have to give you back the Mashkon because I want you to call out to me. That's exactly what I want to happen. That's what should happen. And that is going to be potent feeling when we turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and say, hey, how can we survive? We don't have the covering, we don't have the protection, we don't have the spiritual energy, the battery that was our Mikdash. Please, listen to us, provide it to us. That's when HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I will listen. So it's Davka specifically by not giving us back the Mashkon that he accomplishes exactly what he was trying to do. And it's the same as the framework, as the collateral in general. And that's the challenge that we have when we're reading the psukim of the Mikdash, when we're reading the Parshas of the Mikdash and of the Mishkan, it's to realize that we're missing something. There's something which is missing in our lives when we don't have the Beis HaMikdash, when we have national suffering, when we need the energy of Geula. We need to turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and say, you took our Mashkon, you took the Mikdash away. We deserve to be punished, but we're done, we're ready. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, call out to me. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I am compassionate. I'll hear those tefillos with the sincerity that we need to bring to those tefillos. And hopefully with that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will return that Mashkon to us with the building of the Beis HaMikdash. Amen.